Good afternoon and welcome to What at Noon. My name is Remy Allen. Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma, Minister of State for Petroleum Resources Smart Adeyemi, and Kogi State Deputy Governor Edward David Onoja and 20 other aspirants have been cleared by the All Progressives Congress APC for the party's governorship primaries in Imo, Bayelsa, and Kogi states. The conduct of off-season governorship elections in the three states have been fixed by the Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) for November 11, 2023. The 24 aspirants appeared before two screening panels of the ruling party ahead of the shadow polls scheduled for next month. Governor of Rivers State, Nyesom Wike, says is in support of the suspension of the national chairman of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, Iyorchia Ayu. The executive committee of the PDP in Iguyov, ward of Boko local government area of Benue State, suspended Ayu after passing a vote of no confidence on him for anti-party activities. Speaking on the issue, Wike, who was a guest on a TV interview, stated that he supports the move because Ayu played a major role in the colossal failure of the PDP in the 2023 general elections. Governor Wike of Rivers State says he blames the suspended national chairman of the PDP, Iyorchia Ayu, for the party's loss to the Labour Party in Benue State, as he never paid attention to the yearnings of his people. A notorious militia in Eastern Democratic Republic of Congo has executed 17 people it took hostage on Saturday. The Codeco insurgents killed at least 17 people captured in the Jugu territory north of Bunia in Ituri province. Codeco, the Cooperative for the Development of the Congo, is one of myriad armed groups operating in the restive mineral-rich region. The people were taken hostage after 3 Codeco members were killed in a clash with a rival militia. Since the end of 2022, dozens of people have been killed in cold-rich Ituri province every week. In recent days, Codeco fighters have been blamed for a series of massacres, claiming the lives of 30 people, including women and children. Yemen has marked 8 years since the start of the Saudi-led invasion. The war has caused what the UN has described as the world's worst humanitarian crisis. The World Health Organization is calling for $392 million to cover the immediate health needs of Yemenis. It says more than 2/3 of the population needs urgent assistance.
I was playing with a boy, and while we were walking, the shell hit us. I didn't feel anything until the next day when I found myself in the hospital. I tried to reach for my leg, and I asked my father, "Where is my leg?" He told me that I'd been injured. So I asked him, "So from today onwards, I will live without a leg?"
Some organizations do not include this area in their aid handouts at all. The residential part of the city is in the line of fire, and no aid is entered for a while.
Search and recovery crews are digging through flattened homes in the southern U.S. state of Mississippi after Friday's tornado. At least 26 people were killed and dozens of others injured. Odunaya Sawyer reports.
The hope is they are searching for survivors. The reality is the fear that they are looking for bodies.
So I'm looking around town and I'm saying, I know we can rebuild, but what you do with the devastation, what you do with all the...
The tornado landed on Friday night, ripping a trail of death and destruction through 270 kilometers of the southern U.S. state of Mississippi, changing the landscape, changing lives.
You can see that truck there, that's my brother, he's a truck driver. All of those trucks right there are his trucks. So his whole livelihood is just sitting in a pile of dirt.
Emergency help is now pulling in, doing what they can, where they can.
I want to take the opportunity to personally thank all of the volunteers that are here. What we've seen over the last 36 hours in Mississippi, on the one hand, has been heartbreaking to see the loss and devastation of these communities, but on the other hand, has been inspiring.
Tornadoes have always been a problem in this part of the country. There is nothing to indicate they are getting stronger or there is more of them, but one top U.S. official says areas like Mississippi have to be built to be more resilient.
We see extreme weather events only increasing in gravity, in severity, and in frequency. And we have to build our communities to be best prepared for them, to prevent the devastation to the extent possible, to be able to quickly respond and recover, to prove ourselves resilient.
The White House has approved federal aid for the area that will bring temporary housing money for repairs and low-cost loans to cover uninsured losses. People have started to return to recover what they can, where they can. Rebuilding starts now. Recovering from the loss of life and property will take much longer. Oduwayo Sawyer, Osrc News.
Hundreds of thousands of Israelis have taken to the streets in anger after Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu fired the defense minister for criticizing his judicial overhaul plan. Protesters breached the barricades near Netanyahu's home in West Jerusalem and blocked roads around Tel Aviv. The United States is urging Israeli leaders to find a compromise.
I believe that the game is not over yet, and we are heading towards Israel's worst political and judicial crisis. I think that it will end in a head-on collision between the government and the Knesset on one hand and the judiciary.
The judicial, you call it reform, it's a coup, it's a judicial vandalism of the checks and balances of any democracy. And what we see as a result in the street is authentic, is genuine, is spontaneous.
And on sports, Super Eagles coach Osrc has promised that the team would defeat the Jaguars of Guinea-Bissau in today's African Cup of Nations qualifier match. Guinea-Bissau national football team defeated Super Eagles 1-0 in Abuja last week. The Super Eagles coach said in the second leg, the team will beat Guinea-Bissau 3-0 if it repeats the performance of last Friday, adding that no team can be lucky all the time. And with that sports story, we conclude What at Noon. Thanks so much for watching. Good afternoon.